Hey, what's up, you guys? It's MCLegoboy here with a review of the Lego Movie. And whenever I saw it, whenever I first left the theater, I was thinking the movie was okay. After thinking about it for a while, it does get better. And the reason why is because there are so many previews out there at the moment that they give away all of the funny parts of the movie. So, I mean, yeah, now that means that I need to pay more attention to the story, but even that is hard to follow until you get to a certain part of the movie where it becomes like Toy Story. And, I mean, like, every joke, like, 3/4 of the jokes are in the previews, which is very disappointing. And, like, the first two of the two preview things that we ended up getting were like 2 minutes long. Those were perfectly fine because they're mixing around jokes that that aren't the exact same as they are in the movie. Well, whenever you see these previews now on TV and like little TV spots that explain little bits about the movie, you're slowly losing some of the pleasure of seeing this movie and being able to laugh at it. When it comes to movies, comedies just aren't really my thing, and whenever you give away all the jokes in a preview, or like in all of the previews, I mean, it kind of lowers it down. But there is a certain point in the movie where they end up poking fun at AFOLs. I mean, not like making jokes about them, but you end up realizing it's like, whoa, hey, this type of stuff is not what the whole Lego thing is about. It's all about being creative, building your own stuff. And that is something that Emmett struggles with because everything is not like that where he's from. You've got his world, everything is all by the instruction book. And like going through life, that is all you ever do. Well, you get outside of this one world and you end up realizing that there is a place where everything happens, you can be free. This is where Unikitty lives, this is where Wild Style is, this is where Benny, the 1980-something space guy. This is where you find the NBA All-Stars, the Justice League. You find Gandalf and Dumbledore, Millhouse. I mean, like, Metalbeard, the pirate guy. I mean, all of these things is like, they're all in this one place because they're meeting up because they are the master builders. They have imagination. They can build awesome things. I mean, there are more sets to come in the summer that are coming out that show some of these things. And another part of the problem for me is that we've got all of these sets. I think there's like 4 sets that are actually things that you can replicate a scene from the movie that was more than just 5 seconds to a minute long. Like the motorcycle chase, that was long. Cloud Cuckoo Palace, you need a few more of those to make something. But that you can use. There is the melting room and Lord Business's lair. That's about it. Everything else, it's like quick 5-second thing. Glider, that little glider set, it gets blown up in 5 seconds. Like, what the heck? But it was kind of disappointing that we didn't get to see all of this in the movie. It was almost like they saved up all of the cool action stuff towards the end, and then we don't get to see any of the stuff that was in that action, because then they switch over and they change it into almost like Toy Story, where you realize, hey, this is just a toy. It's not something where you do this kind of stuff with. You're sure you can do this kind of stuff, but then after a while, take it apart, do other things with it. So that is what made the movie good, is that it ended up making you think, like, oh yeah, duh. I've completely forgotten why I totally got into this whole Lego thing to begin with. So that is what really makes it good, not the whole strange, like, changing everything around. Not to say that that stuff wasn't good, because, I mean, it's just trying to get everything out that you wanted to get out. And I don't know, that part also doesn't make it good because it's not cohesive. I mean, it is, but it isn't at the same time. So, and the last thing I kind of wanted to talk about was sequel potential. The ending was great. Like, the way that it ended was hilarious. after that, though, I mean, if there is a sequel, I think it might ruin it, just because, in my opinion, the movie wasn't as great as everybody else has been saying. But if there were sequels, the only other stuff that I can think of is because of what this type of topic is that everybody's afraid about, and then what it is that you're supposed to do with Lego in general. The other things that I can think of are clone brands getting mixed in with Lego bricks and the possibility of being sold. Because, I mean, they touched on quite a few things, like and mess with pieces, except the stuff to alter pieces are fine. It's really the glue that's the most evil thing in the world. And that is what Lord Business is all about trying to do. He's trying to make everything his way, keeping it that way. And so, like, and I mean, it's so hard not to talk about the movie and spoil it, because it's just one of those things where a bunch of the cool stuff that you want to end up talking about is all shown in the previews. So I would say try and avoid as many previews as possible. If you've been avoiding them, then you should definitely see it. I think you will enjoy it. Will a non-Lego fan enjoy it? I don't know. It's really hard to tell, because, I mean, I think my mom saved herself the trouble because she wouldn't have gotten the jokes and stuff like that. For a Lego fan, you get all the jokes. You get ID numbers, and you get the fact that characters can't move all the way like they're supposed to. That was also kind of an issue, because they did do some stuff with elbows and necks a little bit more, but that could also be seen as something that, because of the style that it was in, and be like a stop motion video that you would find online, people do modify parts in such a way that it could be done like that. Go see the Lego Movie. Apparently it is the best movie of the year so far, because everything else has just been terrible. I wouldn't see it in 3D, and I would try and see it as cheaply as possible, since movies are insanely expensive to begin with. So, I mean, I was glad to see it at $4.50. So, this is MCLegoboy. See you guys. Also, because of the minifigures. So, anyway, Executron, Wildstyle, Emmett, and Unikitty. Yes, that is her name, and she is adorable, I gotta say.